My story begins being born in the state of Illinois in the United States of America in the city of Park Ridge. It was 1994. I was baptized when I was like 6 months old or something in a Christian religion called Catholicism. Oh shit. I wasn't timing it. I was born into a family of a father, mother, brother, sister, dog, and a cat. And my first day of school was at a private Catholic school in pre kindergarten. And then I went into kindergarten and we could wear casual clothes. And when I was in first grade, we started wearing a set clothing attire uniform. And we learned all the different subjects and sports. In sixth grade, I moved to a public school. And in eighth grade, I started getting stories from my mother and my father that there was some sort of financial collapse going on. This was 2008. Like we were broke, we were in poverty, we were bankrupt. My parents filed for bankruptcy and filed for divorce. And that's kind of where my story stops. It's almost like I've been dead since 2008. And in my freshman year of high school, that was 2008, there are three main things that were my first. There's a first time for everything. It was my first time doing drugs. It's my first time having sex. And it was my first time starting my own business. I started my own business on the internet using my laptop, borrowing my mom's credit card for the $10 startup fee on the website. In 2011, my family moved to a rural property on farm on farmland, and I contracted Lyme disease somehow. It was tough getting myself to fit in with the kids in senior year at the high school. On senior year in the high school here. Um, and after graduating high school, I went to college for one semester, dropped out because I was sick or because I wasn't getting good grades. And I left the state. I went to Denver, Colorado. I went to Nashville, Tennessee, and Charlotte, North Carolina, Nevada, and Washington, D.C., and I don't know if I said Florida. Yeah, Florida. And then in 2020, not 2025, 2015, I had no money and I had no home. And I, I found out I was sick because I had a near death experience, but I didn't know exactly what it was until 2018 or 2019. They gave me an IGeneX blood test, which came back positive for tick-borne disease. And the doctor told me that's incurable. And it's like being hit with a freight train, hearing that you have an incurable disease. So we tried some protocols from the doctor that were malpractice, in my opinion. And then 2020, 2021, or 2022, I started going to a wellness center in Rockford, Illinois, and they gave me hyperbaric oxygen chamber um, for this concierge program. Also, there was a sauna and an ionic foot detox and what is it called? Acupuncture and chiropractic treatment and a supplement protocol, which did put the Lyme disease in remission. And then I started taking bee venom therapy to cure Lyme disease. And I was able to focus on a job and have enough income that the Social Security Department looks at your income and says you don't deserve Social Security disability insurance anymore or Social Security insurance. So they took $900 a month pay away from me, and all the responsibility for paying for food was my own responsibility from my hard work at my job. And then that job paid for my driving academy to get my Class A CDL. And because I had a clear mind, no brain fog, which is a symptom of Lyme disease, I, I graduated, got my Class A CDL, and started driving for a truck. And now I have 6 months experience for a trucking company. And that's the end of my story. This is where I am. This is who I am. There's not much else to say. That's my story of success. Could share my financial situation, but that's not a story. I've read over 6 weeks of pure time since October 27th, 2023. And I try to maintain a reading habit of an hour a day or two. I go to the gym, gotten pretty fit, pretty light, and I go to church. I pay close respect. Put a lot of energy into praying to Jesus Christ in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Go to church every Sunday. I follow the law of chastity. I've been doing this stuff, so this is a story. I've been following the word of wisdom, so I don't drink alcohol or smoke tobacco or do street drugs like cannabis. I didn't drink any coffee or tea. I've been baptized in this religion and I've been ordained a priest in the Aaronic priesthood and in the Melchizedek priesthood authority. And I've been working on other ordinances. So that's my story. And it's a story of success. I've successfully completed this kung fu stance called Sulama.